Yeah, for
Yeah,
sure.
I totally agree with you. And by being able to work with a lot of data sets, I started getting very familiar of how where data was at certain tables,
Hmm.
different things. So eventually, just to make a long story short, the way that helped me transition in teaching is when one of the old principals that was, well, not an older principal, he was my high school principal. He
Hmm.
understand that I knew data and databases, and
Okay.
he his best friend, or one of his good friends, became the superintendent of one of the schools in the district.
Oh, okay.
So when
Come on, connected.
yeah,
Networking is
connection,
important, guys. Don't
boy.
ever burn bridges, and not even in a negative way, but don't lose contact with folk. Not because you think they can do something for you, but because sometimes they can.
They
Keep
can't
those
do something
relations.
for
He
you.
said his high school teacher and coaches and things. Fast forward became a road to those. You got to keep those relationships because it really matters long
Oh
term.
yeah, you're talking about almost. You can look at like 20 years, almost 15 years later. My old
Mhm.
high school principal.
Was that how long it was?
Oh yeah, it was probably around about, yeah, it was around about probably like 15. So
Yeah, that's
so he
amazing.
came back and asked me to help come run their IT certification program for the high school.
Wow, that's
Yeah,
huge.
yeah. So it was like,
Just from those, we're going to talk about relationships a lot, guys. When we hear the word relationship, it's not always about dating relationships. There's family relationships, there's friends, but then there's those networking and those professional relationships. And a lot of times, we, especially people of color, don't always know the value of or know
yeah,
how to maintain those relationships, not in a selfish way. What can you do for me? But just in a way of that's how the world goes around. That's how wealthy
that's a
people
fact.
do things. They know a person, and that's
Yeah,
the only criteria. I know them. That's what
yeah,
happened for Vernon. Is he knew the guy
yeah.
knew him. He was like, "That's the dude." So you got the job, and you left me. You left me at work.
Yeah,
I
but
was happy for you, though. I was happy. I was like, "Go," because when you came back, you were more valuable to the company. Were you not?
yeah, what
Came
was
back in
more
from the outside.
valuable? Yeah, it was more valuable. And at first, you have to look at this. At the